Hello, good morning, everyone. All right, good morning, everyone. How are you all doing today? Um, this is Attorney Odunlami coming to you guys. I haven't been on um, live for I'd say like 2 weeks, and the reason is because I traveled to my home country, Nigeria. I went for a wedding for a high school friend's son who got married to another high school friend's nephew. So it was really a celebration on both sides, and it was a reunion of me and a lot of my high school classmates. It was amazing. You know how it is. You know how we Nigerians, we know how to throw a good party. So it was 3 days of celebration. We did a traditional wedding, and then we did I guess the day we just like a barbecue hangout, and then there was the church wedding and reception, and it was beautiful. So I'm going to post some pictures later on for you guys to see. And of course, yours truly was eating and having all this good food and didn't gain a pound. That's what I love the most about um, going to Nigeria. You eat good food and you don't get any weight. So good morning, everyone. Good morning on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And I'm doing really great. Michael, thank you so much. So this is going to be a really short live. I want to talk about a success story that we have, and I'll just take a few questions. Good morning, Kensman official. Good morning, Omari Green. Good morning, Esoli Mirabel. So, good morning to all of you. My name is Odunlami. For those who are joining for the first time, I'm an attorney. I'm an immigration attorney in New Jersey, but we serve clients in all 50 states because immigration is federal law. And my law firm is a law firm of immigrants. Our passion and our purpose is to help our fellow immigrants get legal status so that they can, stop hiding in the shadows. They can come out of the shadows. They can live with dignity. They can live free without fear of deportation. And so to do this, we think outside the box. We're trying to figure out a way to get you guys your papers so that you can be here legally. That's our passion. That's our purpose. And I have to say, we do a great job because we work with our hearts and we are very knowledgeable. There's a lot of experience at my firm. So I want to talk about a case that we just got a great success. And this case had been pending for 2 years. And in the interest of, I guess, confidentiality, I'm going to just discuss it really briefly. But I want to talk about it because I know there's somebody out there who might have the same situation. And I want this to give you guys some hope and to give you some information about this case type. Now, remember, I'm not your attorney, so I don't know your particular situation. If you want us to assist you, you do need to call us for a paid consultation so we can ask you questions and help you think outside the box. So even if I answer questions here, it's not legal advice, it's just information. So just want to clear that up. So our client came into the United States and got married to a US citizen and got a temporary green card, the 2-year green card. Good morning, good morning. Yes, got a 2-year green card. And the mistake a lot of people make when they get a 2-year green card is they think that if they get a 2-year green card, then getting a 10-year green card is not a big deal. And that it's a shoo-in, and it's not. I say this all the time. The I-751 removal of conditions is actually harder because USCIS they really scrutinize the I-751 because now you don't have any excuse. You're not going to say, well, I didn't have a social, so I couldn't do joint taxes. You've lived with this person in marital union for a few years, and now they want you to show that the decision they made the first time in giving you the temporary green card was an informed decision, was the right decision. So I'm going to just give you the story and let's talk about what I-751 is. So when you get married to a U.S. citizen and the U.S. citizen and you, the marriage is less than 2 years, or a green card holder, the marriage is less than 2 years, you're given a temporary green card. It's a 2-year green card. And that green card, within 90 days of the expiration of the green card, you have to file to remove the conditions. And you can file to remove the conditions in several ways. You can file with your spouse if you and your spouse are still together in marital union, right? Or you can file under a waiver. And there are 4 waivers. There's a waiver of divorce. You and your spouse are no longer together. You're now divorced and you have a divorce decree. You can file that and go on your own to remove the conditions. You can file it based on abuse. If you've been abused in a relationship, it could be physical abuse, it could be psychological abuse, verbal, emotional abuse, the gamut of abuse, and you can show that, and you can also show as a bona fide marriage. You can remove the conditions based on the abuse. This is similar to the VAWA. We don't call it VAWA because with VAWA you don't have a green card, okay? But it's the same basis of getting a green card. And then the third waiver would be a waiver of death if your spouse had died during the process, or the fourth, which is extreme hardship. You show that you would suffer extreme hardship, or you had suffered extreme hardship that would make it hard for you to go back to your country. And so those are the four waivers, right? And let me tell you what happened to our client. I'll discuss, I-751 some more. So our client came to us because she had filed the I-751. I don't remember whether she filed it on her own or she used an attorney. I don't remember that. But she came to us because her I-751 had been denied and she had been served with a notice to appear in immigration court. Now, it had not been docketed, but it had been served, right? So when she came to us, I remember looking at the case, and the reason the case was denied was because they said there was a lack of bona fides. She didn't have enough bona fides to prove that it was a good faith marriage. And I tell you, when your case has been denied because there's a lack of bona fides, that's not a good thing at all, because it could affect you in the future. You get married again, and the person wants to file for you. USCIS will always go back to you to prove that the earlier marriage was a bona fide marriage. So you can't get away from that. So it's important to work to push back on that determination. And we did that. We refiled the I-751 and we refiled it to do it properly. And doing it properly meant that we looked at the whole situation. We did a declaration interview with her. We asked questions, and we were able to file it on a waiver because a lot of the reasons she didn't have her bona fides was because there was abuse in the relationship. And we were able also to think outside the box and get additional bona fides to show that this was a legitimate relationship. And we were even able to show that they were dating for a period of time. So we put all together with a compelling legal argument, citing case law, and we did all of that and we submitted it. And the thing is, once you submit the I-751, because when your case is denied, the I-751 is denied, your green card is denied, right? Your temporary green card is no longer, is no longer active. So when we filed the I-751 again, it was reactivated because they sent her a letter which basically gave her another, I think it was maybe 2 years then, or maybe it was 3 or 4. I don't remember because it's been changing. USCIS needs additional time to work these cases, but her green card was now reactivated. She was now able to go back to work and do what she needed to do. In all the while, she was waiting to get a decision on her case. And now the thing about when you file to remove the conditions, right, and you're waiting for USCIS to make a decision on your case, you can file for naturalization if you can file to your papers for naturalization. Either you've been married 3 years or you've been married 5 years, depending on which one would qualify for you. And our client did that. So she was called for an interview for the I-751 to remove the conditions. And she was also called for an interview for naturalization at the same time. Because you will, even if you, because a lot of times we file a naturalization application while the I-751 is pending, so that we can move the I-751 a little faster, because now you're getting an extension letter for 4 years, 48 months. So if you qualify to file within 3 years, you go ahead and put the application in. If it's 5 years and you qualify, you go ahead and put your naturalization application in. And of course, they're going to call you for a naturalization interview, but they're not going to be able to make a decision on the naturalization interview until they make a decision on the I-751, because you have to successfully remove the conditions before you qualify to get to become a U.S. citizen. And for our client, both happened on the same day. So this was a really complex case, because I remember this case when we got it. There was a lot going on. I'm looking at my notes now. There was a lack of adequate bona fides. The spouse had a baby with another woman, which USCIS typically does not like, because they start wondering whether you guys were legitimately together. There was just a lot going on. But I'm so proud of my team and proud of the client. Congratulations to her that we worked together to provide a case where on the day of the interview, we were able to successfully remove the conditions. She did her naturalization interview, and she passed everything, and she was approved for citizenship. So she removed the conditions and was approved for citizenship on the same day. So that was amazing. So I want to tell you guys, if you have an I-751 that you need to file, don't sleep on that, okay? Don't assume that just because you got a green card, right, that USCIS is just going to give you a 10-year green card. No, they will not. And don't assume that just because you have a 10-year green card and you have a naturalization application, that they're going to automatically naturalize you and you're fine. USCIS will go back again sometimes to look at that green card again, to make sure that you got it rightfully. So with this whole immigration process, don't play, because a lot of people don't present their evidence. They think that it's like, it's an application that once you apply, you get in, or that maybe their case is not going to be so difficult because they know for real that they were married and it was a bona fide marriage. That but USCIS does not know that. And USCIS does not assume that your marriage is legitimate, even if you know it is. We've had clients that the denial would make no sense to us, because the bona fides, the client had the bona fides, but they didn't tie it up together. So it's important that you have an attorney who is experienced in this type of cases to take you to the finish line. And the finish line, make no mistake, the finish line is becoming a US citizen. The finish line is not when you get a 10-year green card, because even with a 10-year green card, you can still be deported. All right. So that's the awesome news we have. And I'm so excited for my client, because it took about 2 years. Sisters with Purpose is asking me how long it took. It took about 2 years from the time we filed the I-751, which is actually relatively quick for an I-751, because USCIS will give an extension letter for 4 months, which allows them 4 months to figure out and make a decision on your case. So I'm going to take a couple of questions, and then I will head on to my full day of consultations. I have a full day today. If you need our assistance, we're here to assist you. And a consultation is really important, because we ask you questions, and sometimes you may not qualify for what you thought you would qualify for, or maybe you thought there was a different pathway. But when we do a consultation, when you do a consultation with an attorney with experience, we review all the pathways that would be available to you and give you choices. And even if there's no pathway available to you at the time you do the consultation, at least you know, and you're advised about what could give you a pathway or what you should be looking out for. All right. It's important to talk to somebody who's knowledgeable, because a lot of people go to this preparers or go to attorneys who don't even practice immigration, don't do a full practice of immigration, remember that as an attorney, we have to continue legal education. We're always updating ourselves on processes, on the law. And so, what may have worked or what didn't work a year ago might not work, So you need to know this. So it's really important for you to do a proper consultation. You need to prioritize your immigration cases and not give it to people who don't know what they're doing. Because when you come to us and we ask you these questions, you don't know what they put in. You don't have your documents. You don't have anything. You make it harder for us to help you. So really do the research on your case and find somebody who can help you. So let me answer a few questions. Good morning, everyone. Let's see. So Mommy Georgina says, I got my VAWA and PD primer PD 28 2024 and got my prima facie and I got my work permit, but I got a message that my ex-wife filed for divorce without my notice and she leveled a serious allegation with it. So Mommy Georgina, it really does not matter whether your spouse filed a divorce or did not in a VAWA case. The VAWA doesn't care about that. VAWA just cares that it's a bona fide marriage. You lived with your spouse at some point. You suffered abuse, and your spouse, of course, must be a U.S. citizen, green card holder, and you're a person of good moral character. So your spouse is allowed to file a divorce. And if they leveled a serious allegation, that's family court. Now, if your spouse sent a letter to USCIS leveling accusations against you, you'll be glad to know that in a VAWA case, USCIS is not allowed to use the information that your spouse, who's an abuser, made to make a determination on your case. So the answer to you, will it affect my VAWA case? No. What is the process for R1 visa? So who's asking? The Sisters with Purpose. You need to call the office so that we can discuss that. But let me just put a few screening information, because a lot of people call for R1 visas. If you're in the United States and you're out of status, you're not going to get an R1, because an R1 is like an employment visa. So make sure that you're within status. You have never been out of status if you want to file an R1. An R1 is when the church petitions for you to come and work in the church in some kind of religious capacity. It could be as somebody who plays the band or the pastor or whatever it is. All right. And so if you need more information on that, you do need to do a proper consultation. Same thing with you, Damilola. So Daria Wiznon says, once you become a U.S. citizen, do you have a dual citizen from your home country? With some countries, yes. If your country allows you to have a dual citizenship, yes, you can. My country does. So I'm a Nigerian citizen. I'm also a U.S. citizen, but some countries don't. So you should find out from your country whether you're allowed a dual citizenship. Alaji So says, good morning, the best attorney. I have my own apartment on my name now. I'm doing great. Honestly, you changed my life. Absolutely. Thank you and wonderful team for helping me with my immigration journey, Alaji. So I am so happy for you. Congratulations. Your future is extremely bright. Go for it. Okay. All right. Awakening Spiritual Insight says, hello, I'm a pastor. How can I get an R1 visa through the church? Your church must want to sponsor you. Your church must be a properly designated religious institution. You must be, if you're in the United States, you must be in status. You must never have been out of status. If you're abroad, then of course they can do that through consular processing. If you need more information on that, call my office 973-993-1900 and let us screen you. So let me go to my Instagram people, answer a few questions here. Obioma, I missed you guys too, but I'm back here again. But I had so much fun in Nigeria, I gotta tell you. I love going to Nigeria. So Lagos Kid says, so true, got back from Nigeria and didn't even know what. Yes, I ate everything I ate. Eba is my favorite meal. I gotta tell you. So I was eating eba amala, with oha soup, with dika kong, the whole 9 yards, and I didn't gain not even an ounce, and that was amazing. So yeah, and so let me see if I can. Mrs. Vivacious says, can you get an advanced parole and work authorization when filing T? You can get a work authorization when filing T. Just a work authorization when filing T, okay? And that's a new law that just started, which allows you to file a work authorization with your T starting August, I think it's August 19th, if I'm not mistaken, or August 29th. In the past, you would have to be on T visa, be approved first before you would file for a work permit, but that's changed now. So you can file your T with your work permit. All right. All right. Let's go to the next question. Right. Yes. Somebody said, can you respond to their DM? And another person told them, call the office. It's faster. Yes, please call the office. It's faster because we're always answering calls, but somebody has to take time to go and answer your DMs, and it's the same person who's answering calls. So if you want to get a response faster, call the office. All right. 973-993-1900. That's the only number to call. All right. Let's see if there's any more questions here. All right. I'm not seeing any questions. Let's go to TikTok. TikTok people, how are you? So let's see. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if I can get a couple questions and I can answer from TikTok. I think I'm not seeing any questions on TikTok either. Somebody says, how much is your consultation? Our consultation is $200. So Dr. Jerry says, try make you did look your screen. Well, Dr. Jerry, I'm on 3 screens. I'm on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, and I'm on TikTok. So I have different screens. So I cannot look on one screen the whole time. So you're gonna get my side view sometimes. All right. I think it's a good side view, okay? So somebody said their VAWA was approved 8 months and only got biometrics. How long to hear for green cards? So good. First of all, congratulations on getting your VAWA approved. Due. So now you're waiting for your I-485 adjudication, and that could take really anywhere from 3 months to maybe even a year. So, excuse me. So just hang in there. It's coming. All right, let's see. All right, okay. So somebody asked the same question. I have an I-360 VAWA approved. So your I-360 VAWA approved is different from your I-485 if you filed one at the same time. So if you filed one at the same time, the I-485 is the adjustment of status. That's what actually gives you the green card. The I-360 only gives you a deferred action, which means you will not be deported, and it gives you the authority to work. But for you to get a green card, your I-485 adjustment of status must be approved. And for some people, they call you for an interview. For others, they just send you the green card in the mail. I hope you get the green card in the mail. All right. So let's see. I think that's pretty much it. On Sonia, Patrick says, I have a 10-year green card and have been scheduled for citizenship interview, but my interview was canceled 2 days to the date and since have not responded. You should follow up with them, call their hotline, because sometimes they do that. It takes them a while to reschedule, but it shouldn't take that long. So just, all you can do is keep calling, okay? All right. All right, I answered that question already. So I answered that question already. So okay, guys, I gotta run because it's 10:55. I do need to do my consultations, but as you know, my law firm is here to assist you. We love what we do. We want to help our fellow immigrants come out of the shadows, be reunited with their families, and do what they're supposed to do in the United States. I don't know if you guys got the report that, you know, immigrants, even undocumented immigrants, contributed billions in file taxes to the United States. Immigrants make America better, no question about it. So look for your American dream. Call us 973-993-1900. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. I'm going to be sleeping off my jet lag. Take care.